Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Raynday Gaming. My name is Raynday, and how are you guys doing today? It's the day before Thanksgiving, and I'm excited. I'm ready for some turkey. I'm ready to get this whole thing started. It is holiday time. I can hear Christmas bells in the air. They're only a little ways away. We just got to eat a lot of food, and then it's pretty much Christmas time. So I'm excited about that. I hope you guys are too. Today we're taking a look at Scylla, doing some Scylla gameplay. If you're looking at Scylla for the first time, these are her abilities. You can go ahead and pause that screen and then come back to me right now after you've read a little bit about it. But you'll see them all in action. You've got Sikkim, you've got Crush, you've got Sentinel, you've got I'm a Monster in order 1, 2, 4. And all those abilities are pretty good. Scylla's got a great kit. You see me starting off with Vampiric Shroud here and my first level of boots. I don't usually get starter items on Scylla, but in Clash I've been getting a lot of starter items, and so I decided to pick that up on her as well. Looks like we're facing a Neath, a Zeus, an Opwatch, a Tyr, and a Mercury. And we ourselves have a Hercules and a Mirror, a Xbalanque, a Loki, and a Scylla. Now, according to my thoughts, my predictions, we should win this game because we have a better front line. And we have a very solid front line and a Guardian Warrior mix. Hercules being both very tanky and a Mirror being a very strong CC heavy Guardian that can really control the tempo of a fight. And so I feel that this team just in general should win this game. But we'll see. Clash is one of those games where you get the first start, you get a lot of things going for you right, and then all of a sudden it's the snowball, right? You know, they said it was, hey, this is arena conquest mix. And, you know, I've been saying this for a long time, ever since I started playing. It's not. It's really just conquest boiled down to a shorter, more frenetic version. You still have the snowballs that you have in conquest, and that's not what you get in arena. You don't ever get that in arena, pretty much, where someone goes, 17 facing off against a level 9 or something like that, or a 15 against a level 10. That stuff you see all the time in Clash, and in a way, it's a lot of fun. You see the engagement going on the right-hand side. Looks like nobody's died yet. No first blood. I'm just here with Mercury. Taking a lot of damage from these minions. Look at that. All that damage from these archers. You gotta be careful. You just stand behind your warriors. It's better to just go back a little bit than take that damage. And it was a little bit before I started kind of realizing that. And it's something I'm still working on in my play. As you see the Mercury aggressing on me here, he should be taking some damage from my archers as well, but I'm forced to retreat, definitely taking the worst out of this. And I see the Loki come over and just kind of whiff, actually, and get hit with the Tyr as he pops into vision there. So kind of weak, but our Xbalanque, looks like a diamond Xbalanque, actually comes and puts the pressure back onto Tyr, forcing him to retreat. I have to go back to my base and pick up my boots as I get the shoes of the Magi, giving me some magical power and some penetration. So I'm ready to go do some work here. And again, let's hope I can get off to a good start. Scylla's one of those gods that if you give her a lead, she hurts. I mean, really, one Crush, one Sikkim Crush combo, which is her number 1 and her number 2, can really annihilate people if she's ahead. If she's behind, it's kind of a difficult thing because she's got great CC, but she's really relying on doing a lot of damage with her 1 and 2. If you have to secure kills with your 4, it's a little difficult, and that's why I think Scylla's not picked up. If she can get really ahead, which it's not really easy for her to do in the laning phase, but if she somehow can get a couple early kills, she becomes, like, dangerous. As you see there, the Neath going, I go into my I'm a Monster, I aim straight for where she should be landing, and I go ahead and pick up the first kill on How do you even say that name? And then I try and go back here. I use my Sentinel to get away from the Opwatch damage. I'm in a bad spot there. That little corridor, pretty dangerous, especially if they start coming at you from both sides in Clash. So Sentinel I just use to kind of juke them out and go to the other direction there. But as you see, that I'm a Monster being so crucial that I landed that. And that can be the difference between you being a Scylla that's leading and that's ahead, that gets that first blood gold and that is in a good spot, versus a Scylla that's kind of, again, not doing very much damage because she's worried about, she doesn't have enough, she didn't get enough gold, she's not really a level ahead, and she really can't then go ahead and, do what she needs to do. So you see here, it's 1-1. We just got killed by the Mercury there, and that's a little unfortunate. I could tell that Mercury was kind of aggressive, and so it makes sense he's gotten a kill. An aggressive Mercury is really tough to deal with. He's actually getting aggressed on by our Xbalanque and gets taken down there as well. That diamond Xbalanque showing why he's a diamond. And you see there might be an engagement here very soon over that central damage buff. Again, that central damage buff, the only damage buff in all of Clash. And so I've had an experience in the game where I haven't found that to matter, especially if you win. Like, the most important thing is that your team is getting kills, that you're getting kills, that you're getting ahead. If that's the case, then it doesn't matter who has the damage buff. If you don't have the damage buff, then yes, if your team is behind, then yes, that damage buff could help. Just denying, giving yourself a little bit of an opportunity. And I'm waiting for my second. There go. I finally land it, and I land the crush. It's not enough to take out the tier, but it does force a full retreat from him, and he's gonna have to go back to base. Ymir going ahead and aggressing. I'm looking to support. I hit the Sikkim onto the Mercury. I throw the crush. It's a little late, but because there's a little bit of a slow there, I hit him and the Outwatch, and I go for the Mercury. However, it does not land. My Alma Monster misses. The Outwatch damage comes in from behind, but I go ahead and hit the Mercury with 1, 2, and 3, and 4 basic attacks and take him out myself. So that's a 2-0 start for me. Who would have thought I would have won a basic attack engagement with a Mercury? But hey, Scylla's showing her boxing skills there. The ADC Scylla? Huh? Is that the new meta, guys? What's going on? As you see here, I'm trying to get this damage buff, but I see the tier, and I'm half health, and I see the Zeus coming in. So that's just not a good plan. If I would have stayed there, would have definitely been dead. But I do hit the tier with a little bit of damage. The Jimalake comes in, tries to do some work, but the minions just being assholes. Get out of here, minions. Stop it. Get away. Get away. Guys, it's so cool seeing all the responses to the video. For the 2,000 sub, thank you. You gotta say thank you, guys, just for saying such kind things. It is so cool to see that, and of course, I am just so grateful for you guys and so happy that the channel is going where it's going, and I hope you guys are enjoying all of the content I'm putting out and continue to put out, trying to be innovative, trying to be creative, trying to help support the community of Smite in so many different ways, the best that I can. So thank you guys for that. Thank you for the support. Raynday Announcer Pack coming soon, everybody. Get ready for the Raynday Announcer Pack. No, it's not. It's not happening. But it might. It might. Maybe one day if I join High Res and I hook up with High Res Kelly. Actually, I hook Detective Game up with High Res Kelly because he's in love with her. Franco Carranza is in love with High Res Kelly. Sitting in it. I'm just kidding. He's a clanmate. I'm just making fun of him. You see, I go ahead and pick up the kill here for the Outwatch, giving me a 3-0 start. Oh, is it 3-0? Yeah, I didn't die, right? Yeah, it should be 3-0 here. Big time start for me, and that just is going to show you how much that matters. You see the tier there getting hit with my number 1. I do throw my crush a little bit behind him, thinking he might have run that way, but he actually turns and runs straight forward. See here, I'm checking out what is happening on left lane, trying to figure all of that out, trying to get myself back into this game, and that's kind of the decision that I'm trying to make right here. Where do I go to really stay relevant in this game? I'm 3-0, so I have a lot of damage, but I could push this lane. I could try and go gank. That's kind of what I'm going to try and do here. The needy backflips into the worst position possible, and I actually aim for where she's going to be running with the Alma Monster and hit her. She runs straight into it, a full sprint into death by the Neath there, which is pretty funny. You see I land the tier as well, and look at that damage. See how much that's starting to hurt just with the Jibalanki as well, adding a couple basic attacks, and you could see now the difference that my crush and my Sikkim is making. Just landing people, just trapping people in that singular spot. You see that crush just taking a huge amount of damage off on that Outwatch. It looks like 35% damage. I mean, add that with my Sikkim as well, and you're just hurting a lot. You see, I've decided to level up my crush, and with Scylla, you actually have this interesting passive where you want to be point skipping with her. That means when you get to the point where you're leveling up your number 1 or your number 2 every single time, and you have the opportunity then to level up your other ability that you haven't been leveling, you want to wait. And you want to not level up an ability for a whole level. And that may seem counterintuitive to a lot of people, but what it does for Scylla is much more important. So basically I'm getting dived and aggressed here by the tier. I throw my Sentinel back out that way and actually dodge it to the right and then juke back to the left. And then allow myself to go ahead and survive that onslaught by the tier, who is just super, super aggressive. But the Outwatch damage is here, and it's making me feel like I need to go back to base. So what I was saying with the point skipping is that the whole point is that Scylla gets 20 extra magical power when she finishes rank 5 on any of her abilities. So for each ability, her abilities gain extra power, 20 extra power, but also they gain this special effect. When you upgrade your crush, you get 25% magical protection debuff onto the enemy. So you hit that with your number 2. One of the things someone told me is you can use your number 2 and actually debuff the enemy by 25%, and then go ahead and use your number 1, and potentially even use your use your ult after that. I mean, that's a for sure kill if you want to do it that way. I like to reverse it to guarantee the crush damage because usually that's a safe play for me and that's kind of enough. But to be honest, it might actually be easier to do the 2-1. I just haven't experienced it that way. That's not the way I've played Scylla. So this is, this is all I know. But we're 9-5 here, and the game is going pretty well. You see me trying to see if I can gank any of these guys. You don't really see me coming. I know the tier doesn't see me coming there, and I have an opportunity to go ahead and kill him with my crush, but I just need to get out. And so I avoid the outwatch damage, playing safe defensively, and it looks like we get the tier anyway, so that's good for me. And I felt that was the best decision because if I would have stayed, I would have got the full burst. And with somebody coming behind me, you just don't know. You don't know how many people are behind you. You just hear bad things and you start running. It's kind of like you hear footsteps in the woods. You're kind of like, should I wait and turn around and say hello and see what's going on? No, you're just like, let me get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't want to engage with whatever dark thing has footsteps behind me in the woods. I don't want to find out. And so that's kind of the funny aspect of all of this. But Outwatch here doing a great job holding lane. I'm still I'm doing really well, and this Outwatch is still making sure that nothing has happened to their tower. So Outwatch has a lot of clear. I'm surprised he has so much clear. I'm surprised he has so much mana because I've always had so many mana issues with Outwatch. So he seems to be handling that very well, and he's aggressing on me very, very strongly. So I'm forced to use Sentinel to get out. Fortunately for me, his damage does not kill me. But, yeah, he's still pushing this lane super, super well. So you can see Outwatch has some good lane push here in Clash and has some good presence. Of course, he's very squishy. But playing him, you can really see that he can put out a lot of damage. He can hold the lane really well, and I like that about him. So, he's a good guy. See, I'm taking these basic XP camps here, and those are something you want to do if you can. Just every time they're up, just go ahead and take that and give yourself a little bit more XP before you head into lane. It's pretty quick, especially at level 12, which I am. It takes only a couple of seconds. I see the Neath pretty low here, so I'm thinking this is an opportunity for me. Can I land a crush? Can I land something? And I have my ultimate, but I see they're all going under the right tower. Now, this is a dangerous spot because the tower's about to die. I'm thinking that I have that as a safety aspect, but the tower's about to die. But I throw my crush, and because it's upgraded, it hits 2 of them. I hit the Zeus, but it actually goes straight to the Mercury and actually takes him out because the Soul Reaver procs onto him, and then my crush is enough to just take him out of the ball game. But then the tier comes up and actually, I don't know what he did. He must have blinked. He must have done something. But honestly, I was so scared when that happened. I remember playing this game and jumping out of my seat when I saw that tier hit me. I'm 5-0 now, and I don't know why. It was so unexpected. I don't know if you guys were like, whoa, what the hell? But literally, it was so unexpected for me. He must have come around the backside of our base, but near our tower. So I was just like, wow, where did he freaking come from? Almost gets me, but the Sentinel pulls me out. You see Scylla can get away from a lot of stuff with Sentinel, It's a good opportunity. And Tier coming in, super aggressive. I miss my Sikkim. I should have just known he's going to keep running straight forward. I thought he might have tried to juke back, but I'm like, knowing this Tier, it's like he's just the aggressive guy. One of the great things about Sentinel, too, is it can avoid the burst of Outwatch because it's not a cripple. Oh, as you see the damage coming there, taking out the Outwatch and going ahead and trying to take out the Zeus, but it's not enough. He's got just barely 2% of his health, 3% of his health there. But you see the Emir about to die, but I go ahead and hit him with a Sikkim and a crush. Hercules takes him out with a driving strike, but I go ahead and finish him with the basic attack, and our Emir survives with only a sliver of health. The Sentinel basically underneath the wall into the immediate Sikkim root, and the crush damage, and then the basic attacks to finish him off. The crush obviously would have killed him right away, but the driving strike from Hercules actually taking him out of the fight and out of the damage. You see, I get hit by the Midgardian mail that Tyr has on there, and I juke towards him and then back away. One of the things I love doing with Scylla is throwing my Sentinel out behind me, and then this isn't good. Oh god, I missed my Sikkim, and Tyr comes out, and then the Neath ultimate basically just secures it. He was going to kill me anyway, most likely, but the Neath ultimate definitely secured that I was dying there, and I think the 7-1 start is good enough for me. I'll take a 7-1 start any day, so I'm pretty happy about it, and they've just been playing super aggressive, but to my surprise, we're actually only, as you see the Loki aggressing there on Zeus, and that's just a fail to the biggest max that I can even think of failing. But you know what? Hey, you tried. You know what I mean? Not every assassin hits his mark. Not every assassin is the assassin in the Assassin's Creed series. You can't always be jumping on the rooftops and flipping down and slicing people with one slice and then jumping out the window and flying over buildings and crap. I don't know what that is. Is that what happens in Assassin's Creed? I have no idea. I don't play a lot of Assassin's Creed, but I know that he does incredible things, kills people, and then is able to get away. And so that's kind of my reference there. Unlike how Loki just demonstrated his assassin skills. Anyways, you guys get the idea. You get the deal. Let's go ahead and take these camps right here. I love these camps. It feels like I'm the only one getting them. Just one crush taking them out now, so pretty much not even a time waster there. As you see, I start to head to right side here just to support my team. And this is kind of an interesting game because we're actually down in gold, but I catch the outwatch with Sikkim, and that damage with the Soul Reaver proc is enough to pretty much almost like 82 to zero him. You see the Zeus coming in, 700 damage from that crush, taking off on the Zeus. I don't hit him with the Sikkim. It actually takes the minions, and I feel pretty good, pretty confident right now. I'm level 15, and so is he, but I feel like I have a better chance to go ahead and kill him because I have several long-range attacks that can space him out and they can put him in a bad spot. I see the tier here. The Xbalanque ult comes out at a perfect time, but he goes ahead and dies, not realizing the tier was there, ready to go ahead and aggress on him. And I've got 3 in this lane, the Mercury, the Zeus, and the tier, and I know how aggressive that tier is. I do miss him, and now I'm a little worried because I know, these guys could definitely be trying to dive me here, and it looks like, wow, the tier did dive me. I used my Sentinel to go ahead and get out, which is great, and the tier tries to dive me on my Phoenix. Can you believe this is like the most aggressive tier I have seen in a long time? But of course, that's kind of how you have to play tier. You have to be super aggressive. But dang, I mean, he's going ham. I'm surprised he's not in the base right now, trying to kill me right here. Jeez. So I'm realizing I have an opportunity to get beads here, and I decide, you know what, this tier is being so aggressive. Yes, he may die, but he might set somebody up to get the kill on me, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to let him do that. So I pretty much decide. Archers, get in the dang crush. These archers love staying back. The one thing I noticed in Clash is like these archers space themselves out from these minions so much, it seems like, and so I'm having a hard time hitting them with my crush at times and hitting the front wave of the minions. But you want to prioritize the archers if you can because they do the most damage. Yeah, the big guys in front are obviously the big guys in front, so they are a big target, but they do the most damage, so you definitely want to kill them. You see the Soul Reaver Procc coming onto the tier, the damage coming here from the mirror, and the damage from the Xbalanque as well. I try and get out. The Zeus damage is on me, and it's not enough to take me out, but the Neath sees me and decides to go ahead and kill me. How? CR how? Cristiano Ronaldo how? Screw you. You killed me. That's okay. It's alright. We're 7-2. We're doing really well. I'm feeling very happy about this game, and it's 16-16 though. We're down by 4,000 gold, and I am 7-2. Our Xbalanque is 7-3, but our team is kind of down. So this is a weird game where you have kind of 2 players, the Neath and the Zeus on their team, and then you have the Scylla, and the Alpwatch kind of doing better than everyone else. However, on their team, they've got Alpwatch, the tier, and the Mercury a little bit ahead of our Loki, our Emir, and our Hercules. And so it's kind of interesting. They kind of have a better team comp. They have kind of a better, basically, team experience lead and team gold lead. So it's an interesting kind of thing. We have to really work these team fights now because, yes, though we have a couple of snowballed characters, it's going to matter who can go ahead and get that deicide first, who can win that full team fight, and then push the Phoenix, push the tower, and take the Titan. I mean, that's really what it is. At this stage in the game, 17 minutes in, people are close to full builds. If you've been basically one of those characters who have snowballed, you're at your 4th or 5th item for sure. The Emir goes ahead and gets a fantastic freeze onto the Zeus, and I go ahead and don't waste any time. I hit him with my I'm a monster. Go ahead and take him down. The Emir finishes him off. I hit the Scylla and the crush under the tier, forcing him back. The Loki goes ahead and takes out, trying to take out the tier, but he goes down. He's go down himself. The tier does his ultimate right onto himself, and Xbalanque and I go ahead and take out the Mercury, and now that is a 4-for-2 trade, and that's what we like to see. Now Xbalanque destroying this tower. I go and use my Sikkim. I trap the Neath, and she's got nowhere to go. We go ahead and finish her off with a basic attack and take her down, and that's a deicide, guys. And guess what? In Clash, that deicide, when you got an 8-2 Scylla and a 9-3 Xbalanque, it means you might just win the game. And guess what? That's exactly what happens. Look at the way this Titan falls. Look at the damage that happens to this Titan. I'm taking it because who cares? Hercules comes in now, and we've got everything we need to go ahead and destroy this Titan and ultimately finish the game. I go ahead and Aegis just for fun there, and that is what you get when you play Scylla 8-2 and you play 9-3 Xbalanque. The Hunters, I think, being one of the most important aspects in this game, but if you have a Mage and a Hunter both going off, you could just really dominate a game, and one quick deicide can push a tower, a Phoenix, and then the Titan. So just if you guys are getting used to Clash, just know these are some of the dynamics that I've been coming across. You know, you want to win that late team fight. You want to obviously get that snowball if you can. A couple of those early kills is going to make a tremendous difference. And again, you could be down in gold, you could be down in experience, but again, if you win that deicide towards the end, you have an opportunity to win the game pretty easily, especially if you have a carry and an ADC like Xbalanque going off. Thanks so much, guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And as always, never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you guys next time.